Alrighty, everybody, and welcome back to MGSR Presents UnMetal Unleashed, here in collaboration with Versus Evil, on Epic Games. We are here running UnMetal for the benefit of the charity Fundacio Kasumai, which is raising charity money to support the people of Senegal. With me, I have several people doing commentary. I have game creative assistant. Am I still getting that incorrect? Jack
No.
Lafier.
That's perfect.
The voice of Jesse Fox himself, Novez. Welcome, both of you. And fellow runner of this game, Toto Rock, has joined us. He was just on the block last time. Pleasure to have you here.
Hello, everyone.
Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody that if you are hanging out here, we will be doing some key giveaways. Shout outs to Versus Evil for that. Please hang out with us, and when that pops up, we will let you all know in chat. So, how is everyone doing after that break? I'm a little nervous, but I'm doing pretty good. I hope you guys are also doing great.
It's been a great day.
So,
Very good day to celebrate the game.
I'm having a wonderful time. Side note, I just realized so many people have the metal flag there for secrets. They don't like finding all the secrets.
Well, I mean, secrets could be slow.
That's true. That's true. So, welcome back to you as well, Sergeant. Thank you for also being our host. You didn't introduce yourself, friend.
I didn't. I'm Sergeant Silent. I've been doing comms the last few blocks, and I'm back again for another great block of comedy, entertainment, and just straight up having fun here and presenting the game to everyone. And I hope you all have been having fun alongside with me, both chat and the fellow hosts.
Gotcha.
We definitely do.
Looking forward
Hell,
to it.
I have.
Looking forward to Toto's insight as one of the people who just finished running and being able to look at what other people are doing.
Yeah, it's really great. And yeah, I see already a lot of different stuff right now. So yeah, I can't wait to see all different strats that we're going to see.
So, first, and I think a great question to start off with, Toto. Let's get some of your insight. After playing the game as you have, and even being fresh off the block, as an old joke would say, how was it to run, and how did you feel about your runs?
Well, I felt pretty upset at first because I did some mistakes on my first run. I did have some troubles on chapter 9 because I didn't grab the right ammo, and I picked up the wrong choice by spawning some Scandinavian boys. But yeah, I just did a refresh start, and it was quite better, and I really enjoy the way that it worked. As you mentioned, so we used different strats and different ways to deal with enemies and with situation, and so you have to adapt a bit with some random stuff like the lane minefield. So yeah, it's just really great as a run because even if you're doing the same game, it's not repetitive at all because yeah, you deal with different situation anytime you run it, and I really enjoy it.
So, it's interesting too because despite the mistakes that frustrated you, you still PB'd.
Yeah, and that was a really good surprise. So yeah, I will continue to train. I saw that Puzon made an amazing time. He's running the game since the beginning, and every day we were on the Discord to watch for his new PBs, and see him doing his best right now was really great.
Yeah, I think that run even surprised Puzon.
I think so.
Truthfully.
Yeah, and so early to break the current record. When I saw 50 minutes, I was like, well, it will be really interesting. And fast run, he broke the record. Okay, that was really great.
It was yeah, it was a surprise. We're just like, all right, let's see how this goes. And the number came up and we're like, oh, that happened.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been thinking about the run until now?
What I find interesting is the run is still fresh. There's so many people doing different strats, and some of them are mistakes, and some of them I can't tell if they're mistakes or not. Like when you chose Scandinavian instead of Exterminators, I was like, is this a strat that no one knew? And then you're just now you're like, no, I made a mistake, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
I tried to deal with it, to be honest, because I already did several times. But yeah, it wastes some time.
So, an interesting question is, at that point, did you have the means to make a chloroform rag? Or was the chloroform rag made?
Yeah, I did it.
Because I know some people haven't been doing it. I couldn't remember that. So...
No, I did it, and yeah, I also thought that it was an unusual thing.
What's in your closet, Private?
So I'm quite surprised, yeah. Okay.
No, it's that's one of the things to consider is, sure, there will be a point when you make mistakes like this. You won't have backup strats. But I'm wondering if, especially with the way some of these choices change the game, instead of resetting, you just set up backup strats to adjust to it. Just something to consider. By the way, side note, DevilDude just finished their run.
Oh.
And destroyed their PB.
All right.
1:18:38. Let's go,
Boss
Devil.
defeated.
GG, mate. GG.
Congrats.
I will go ahead and get that updated for you. Congratulations.
So that is shaving 15 to 20 minutes off their total time.
Yeah, like you said before, 10 minutes at a time. Next run, 108. Next run, we're getting that sub hour. I'm excited to see his growth.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's really great. Congratulations.
That is major congratulations. Now we've got Glenn, who's on the main screen now as they're able to jump into this. Worked really hard to get a first chapter clean amount, a sub 4 minute. And right now they're diving into chapter 2. We'll see how that goes. Side note, GreenZSaber is the only one in the group who has been playing primarily on the Vita version. So it'll be interesting to see how Saber is doing and acclimating to the PC version.
It will be indeed. He has done some runs, or not runs, but he's been messing around with it. But he hasn't, to my knowledge, he hasn't completed a full run yet. At least not one he shared publicly. So he definitely is going to be a very interesting individual to keep your eyes on this match. To see what exactly what choices he'll make, what behavior he'll do. There might be some points in there where you guys go, that's definitely something he picked up from Vita.
Yeah,
I'm very interested in potentially hearing those words.
Well, I mean, you talk about the 1.0 versus what's happening now. I mean, in theory, Saber is talking about the 0.5 or the 0.4 for a build. So for people who don't know, the Vita released at a time where it was, it had its build pretty much a year before release locked in. So the game has been polished quite a bit over the years, and while it is a complete game at that point, you can't turn around and tell Fran to just sit back and let a game not improve over a year. That's not going to be the case.
I'm curious if the Vita was still supported by Sony. Would this patch have been compatible with the Vita version, or absolutely not?
While I don't know if Fran's around to give the answer, to my limited knowledge, there are some restrictions and such that would cause some issues.
I'm
specifically.
definitely willing to ask him for a more technical point when he gets back.
But I may be speaking incorrectly, but this is from a conversation over a year old, where the graphical backbone of the Vita simply caused some major lag issues with the improvements visually to the game since then. So,
having sped run games on the Vita, I am not at all surprised by that. None at all.
Like, let's look at Metal Gear Solids right now. Things such as the garbage moving along the river having motion, and an overlay the stench overlay with all the fumes kind of swaying back and forth are some of the things that were added since the Vita. The sewers look much more plain.
Oh yeah.
But the Vita looks much more plain, and that. What in the world, Glenn?
I have to mention that he's the most impressive person on this chapter, especially on this rooms. Yeah, he has really great skills to deal with it.
Nice. Speaking of Saber, by the way, finished off with clean doggo skip. So, nice. But just to finish it up though, another part of the game that you'll notice is the river with Black Thunder is different on Vita, graphically speaking, as well, for many of the same reasons.
I'm very interested in potentially one day acquiring a Vita version, but at this point that's down the road and definitely something I would be doing for fun. But there's a lot of potential there, and I'm super interested to one day help explore it. But don't worry, I will not flood your DMs with bugs that need fixed. They wouldn't get fixed.
You can do that, just don't expect much. By the way, it is important to note, Glenn is Team Acorn. Which, I've been answering enough questions. Sergeant, how are you feeling about things, and what are you seeing on the scene?
I'm feeling pretty good. Our players are all in Chapter 2, which I think this is one of the first time where we have seen everybody in the same chapter at the same time in quite a while, so it's kind of refreshing to know everyone's at roughly the same place. We got Glenn over here showing everyone up as the previous world record holder, just absolutely demolishing this stage. Saber is just about to hopefully join Team Acorn, we'll see. And Nick is returning to the sewers. He did do his Team Acorn. Now Nick has been Team Acorn all day, right?
Yes.
Do you think Nick will be changing it up?
Well, right now, the only person who has changed it up, Team Cheese, was Pousson, and look how that worked for them. I'm just saying, maybe there's something about the cheese that people don't understand.
Yeah, you were mentioning about doing some backup strats. Maybe cheese is one of them.
The ultimate hidden strat is cheese. It's the requirement, apparently, and no one knows it.
guys have got ideas going in my head. Maybe we'll find out that if you choose cheese, the game actually subtracts 2 from your IGT or something crazy like that.
I'm adding that to the to-do list.
Make cheese save 1 second.
Make cheese cheesier.
Boss defeated.
Cheese strats.
So, I was about to say subconscious. It wouldn't even be subconscious. It's just straight up just nerf acorn. The bias is real.
Mr.
Oh my
Fox,
god,
the
Glenn's
gallows
done with
noose.
sewer
Tell
junk.
me
How quick was that fight? I didn't even see it.
It was 6:42.
Wow, Glenn is demolishing already.
Man, is Glenn just saying forget it? Puzon's not gonna have top?
We might see an immediate flip here. Well, I'm not gonna say anything other than that. But
I'm not gonna say anything. I've been the commenter's curse all day.
I will take equal blame with you. I've been here just as long as you.
Small note, Glenn is also focusing hard on experience compared to other people. He's about 5 experience further than everyone else, but Toto, you were closer, and Apache was closer at this point.
Yeah, you have some interesting upgrades at this point. I mean, you can roll faster. You have a lot of many ways to do it, but I think the most important point is reaching the level 6 before the chapter 9. But yeah, also you have to deal with the guard. Every guard has a different pathfinding, and so you have to deal with it. Sometimes you will have an alert. So yeah, you just get with what you have to deal with. Yeah.
You mentioned you want to reach level 6 before chapter 9. Does that mean, is that a personal preference and some runners choose to hit level 6 or does that mean that runners are hitting level 7 at what the samurai's name? I'm sorry, it's blanking on it.
No. I mean that when you reach level 6, you can have a really interesting upgrade. You can choose either for 50% more stamina, which can be really useful if you don't grab the secret stamina and you want to deal with the red room, for instance. That may be a backup strat. And also you can have the second one, which is it increases ammo, the ammo damage by 30%, and so you can really deal with Takuma really easier that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, after that, if you can reach level 7, why not? But I think for me it's really important to reach level 6 before the end of the game.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Takuma there's a couple different strats, but we can talk about that when we get there. Right now, we can already see the players have started diverging. DevilDude is fighting Grenade Guy right now. We got Nick just beating Sewer Junk. Oh, unfortunate. Nick did not beat that shredder cycle. But thankfully that was not too far away from a checkpoint. Saber is just picking up the gun, and Glenn has just made the chloroform. So, I wanted to ask Toto. I haven't asked you this. What is your opinion on Grenade Guy? I think you're one of the only people I've not asked yet.
Oh, well, I really like this boss because, as we said, there is a lot of different situations in the game. So when you practice some runs, you deal with different patterns, and Grenade Guy I think is one of the best to tell you if the race will be good and Like yeah. I think most of the people will see how the run is going depending on Grenade Guy. But as a boss, yeah, really interesting. The patterns and the way he moves and drops grenade is really fun. I mean, it's really good to have it to introduce you to the way you will encounter bosses. So for me, one of the best one.
Wow, big if true. I think you're the only person who I've heard praise him. I like that. I like that viewpoint.
Yeah, I like it too.
Hey.
So,
I like it too. Poor Grenade Guy is one of my favorites too, besides Sergeant Roscoe, of course. By the way,
Yeah.
hello Toto. This is Fran,
hello.
the developer of the game. So if you want to blame on me, now it's the time.
Really nice to meet you, and yeah,
So-
really congratulations. It's really good event and a good game. Everything is quite surprising.
Thank you very much. By the way, I've been watching you. Just your games, and you had a few problems with the spiders. You hate the spiders now, don't you?
Oh no, I don't hate them at all. In fact, with some people, we did a whole brainstorming about how to skip like the red room without anti-radiation suit, and so I've been part of it, and it was really fun to discover new ways. So no, I was really having some times with it. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's fantastic the way you find the solution to this sort of to speed
Yeah.
up this game and to yeah. I was wondering how you were going to do it, especially the red room. So and I didn't know. I was not sure if you could manage to do it or you have to grab the suit. But you did it. You did it with the blood pack. I never suspected that this item was going to be useful for anything at all, and it's crucial here in speedrun.
Yeah,
you just happened to put the blood pack in chapter 9, and like it just worked out that way. Oh, unfortunate Glenn taking the lasers.
Yeah, he was reloading in the middle of a laser.
I want to point out, welcome everyone on Epic Fran. He kind of introduced himself, but he is also joining us this block. So yeah, welcome Fran. I hope you enjoyed your meal, and I look forward to spending as much time as you're willing to donate to this event. It's great having you.
Thank you very much. I did enjoy very much because the meal because I had to cook it myself. So. Went really quick, so I just grabbed something, ate it, and came back here as quick as I could.
Oh,
so especially knowing that Toto was here, I just wanted to say hello to him. It's 9:40, isn't it, Toto?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We have the same time. We have the same time, so.
Yeah. So enjoy your meal, by the way.
Thank you. Merci.
Oh.
So right there, you guys might have noticed Glenn walked away from the body. Earlier I mentioned that if you push the reload and the roll button at the same time, you'll get a reload slide. There's a similar trick in this game where you could pick a body up and roll at the same time, and you'll get a roll pickup. I think Glenn was trying to go for that and accidentally didn't. Like, the inputs have to be frame perfect on one another, so if you don't get it, you roll past the body. This is also an insane mind skip.
It is.
He refreshed to pattern 4. That was a phenomenal. Wow, I wonder if Glenn specifically worked and reset it or restarted the game until he got that pattern in particular.
Yeah, like with the way these runners move, you would not even know there is a minefield there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, an interesting point of tech that was found out is you're supposed to pass by that corpse 3 different times. But it was found out that Fran coded it so that instead of going the full circle, it's kind of a figure 8. If you go to the middle screen and immediately back up, you set the trigger that resets the corpse. So that's why you see them walking in half moons instead of full circles. You save the necessary run across an entire screen.
Yeah, correct.
And then they leave the compass there because Glenn either has notes or has outright memorized the path.
Well, see, if he runs into any trees, he has notes. That's the rule of thumb. Because these trees, Fran, I don't know how you did it. You put these trees in the there you go, he hit a tree.
Yep, yeah, he's reading notes.
You put these trees in the perfect spot where we would run into every one of them. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. It was just the fruit of luck because I had to edit what it was 30 rooms with trees. That was very boring, by the way. So I just started to click here, tree, and what you see is just randomness. so if I did something right, it was not me. It was just luck.
I saw someone behind the fence.
I don't know if I'd consider the trees slowing you down right, but...
I think DevilDude is going into the full strategy. We have spotted Team Cheese.
Yo, Devil.
I heard about cheese.
DevilDude is defecting.
He is now the rebel in the Army Empire, or the Acorn Empire.
Wow. I can't believe it.
I think we will probably do a different category extension for cheese acorn.
The main boards only accept acorn percent now. Cheese percent.
Yeah.
Now, as a side shout out, Nick had a 4-minute, 8-second chapter 1 I thought I saw, but both chapter 2 and 3 were sub 8 minutes. So Nick's on good pace. Just so you know.
Glenn took a guard out. That seems like an interesting choice. I wonder what he did
What?
that for.
What's he doing?
For the experience.
Yeah, and also it's.
Oh, the bulletproof.
Whoa! Glenn is also skipping the body armor.
Yeah, the body armor, the
What?
bulletproof.
That was not intended.
Oh.
He made a big mistake here.
I'll be honest, that maybe.
But
Is he
also.
going for the skip?
That boss is so easy and medium. Yeah,
There's
of course.
Fran talking about how easy it is again.
Yeah, to
Yeah, of
mention
course,
the.
so-
That's
I mean, excuse me. The big difference between the original version, I mean the hard difficulty, and the rest, is that in hard you don't have these how you call it, the time after you receive a ballot and you are hurt, you have some sort of
Invulnerability frames.
invulnerability frames. So, but in hard there is not. So if you get in front of machine gun Mike and start to just launch some grenades, after half a second you're dead because you receive 3, 4, 5 bullets in less than half a second, and of course you're dead. In easy and normal, you get 1 bullet, you wait 1 second with no harm. Then you get another one, you wait another second with no harm. And that, in my opinion, that was something
Oh.
really.
No.
Oh, what happened?
Glenn
Oh,
got
Glenn
ran
just
over.
died, yeah.
His invulnerability frames that we were complaining about didn't work.
Yeah, someone decided the front of the tank would kill you no matter what, and so he accidentally hit the front of the tank. That is unfortunate. He has chosen to reset rather than
Oh my
finish that run.
god.
Well, I mean, Glenn's goal right now is not to get PB. Glenn's goal is to beat the time. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah, chapter 5 has been really rough with him because, yeah, to mention the guard, he knocked out and he hid into the building. he had to do it because if he didn't, you cannot trigger the boss, the machine gun mic, because Jesse wants to hide everybody, which is a more stealth way. And so yeah, I think that with the fact that he died versus the tank, yeah, really unlucky on chapter 5.
Unfortunate. Speaking of chapter 5,
I picked up
Looks
Look
like
with them.
Saber.
Saber is indeed up in here. Let's get him up on the big screen. Aw. Yeah, I'm interested. Like I said, I've been very interested to see what Saber is going to be doing. So now is a good time since he's currently the leader of the pack with Nick quite hot on his heels. We could get a idea of how he's been approaching some of these bosses. Have you noticed anything from Saber's feed so far that caught your eye?
Not too much. He's about average for experience gain compared to other people. But overall, it's just been standard fight. A little bit cautious on the tank.
I think that's
So-
fair. If he's watching and he saw what happened to Glenn, I think that's fair. That tank does not have any problems with running you over. All right, we're moving here into chapter 6. How many secrets does Saber have? I wonder. Next time he pauses, I gotta see. I'm curious if it seems like the chapter 6 secret has been a regular pickup. What do you have you guys been picking that up? Well, I mean, Jack, you probably have because unperfect. But what about you, Toto? What do you think of the chapter 6 secret?
Oh, yeah, I picked up the stamina one when you go with the submarine, and I think it's one of the, yeah, it's really simple to get it, and it's on your way. You don't have to go through alternate paths, so really convenient to get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd imagine, especially on 1.4, what you guys are playing, because the submarine doesn't risk dying instantly if it bonks on any walls.
What I find interesting is that the other secret on this map is actually pretty close to the route. So it does take some time to get to, but it's definitely a viable option.
Yeah.
Just interesting how some other selections and some other places were chosen instead.
Well, I think it's because this, if I recall correctly, the secret on the stage is a grenade pouch, and at this point,
Oh,
we're not really
Mm.
routing in extra grenades. We're pretty much making it work with what we have. But there is a possibility of that. But you know, you have to break a box, you have to go underneath a vent, all for a grenade pouch. Whether
no,
it's worth it or not.
you're right. I forgot that there's no stamina there. I got it confused
Oh.
with the one on chapter 5.
I'm checking at Nick's screen, and I can see that he had a difficult time with guards. I think I saw a lot of them on the floor.
Yeah, it looks like he had to use a med kit. But thankfully he made it in here alive. He got his body armor. He should be okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, he has to bring the guards in. So the
Yeah.
mechanic of stage 5, to anyone who doesn't know, is if you knock a guard out, the whole stage changes. You cannot beat the stage with anyone on the ground, which is another reason we like to just run through this and not hit anyone, because if you knock someone out in the middle of nowhere, yeah.
So I can talk about that as an unperfect player. It's not that you have to have them inside. You have to have them in a room where the patrol does not move.
Nick's off locked. He went for the skip and he got the soft lock.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Oh.
So yeah,
That
if you got,
said, it
if you
looks
were
like he's
watching
looking at Fran's other games.
Oh.
Can you explain the soft lock, please, Sergeant? I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're fine. So, what happens there is, the way that the boss works, there is you still have control of Jesse after you defeat the boss before the boss begins a cutscene where he explains to Jesse, I'm not finished with you yet. I'll be back, and then runs away, and then you get the boss defeated scene. During that time, if your movement is right, you can keep running towards him, throwing grenades. They'll still hit him. You need to be at a very specific position. You can then hold forward as you throw the final grenade and run through him to get into the next room, completely skipping his speech, him saying anything, and the experience that he gives you, which I believe he gives you 3 experience. I'd have to double. No, he gives you 2 experience. So you're skipping both of that. But if he even so much as spawns in, the next cutscene fails to trigger, and you essentially soft lock yourself, and you have to restart either the chapter, which you got no checkpoints on, or you have to restart the run, which Nick opted to just restart the entire run.
So, while that's unfortunate, just a little comment, what you were saying earlier, just to finish it.
Hmm.
While the mechanic says that you have to put them in an actual building or room, you just have to move them to any space that does not have a patrol present. So the first room you spawn in, for example, where the truck is and no patrols walk by, you just have to set them in the floor in there to save yourself some time.
See, was the issue ever fixed where the guards would detect themselves if you dropped them into that room?
I can't say one thing or not one way or the other, but I can tell you that it hasn't happened to me.
Okay,
Um,
that's good, because I remember that was something that I was trying that. I would grab guards and put them in that room, and then they would wake up and automatically detect themselves. But I also think that was because I was grabbing patrol guards.
yeah, patrol guards are a different beast.
So honestly, more my fault there. I'm willing to take that blame. That's not really something you should be doing with the patrol guards.
But to put it into perspective, by the way, just a shout out to GreenZSaber for getting a nuke sub. Um, one of the things about unperfect percent is you have to knock out every default experience giving guard possible. And being able to not have to walk into a room and just go to a screen, transition, drop, and move back for the next guard saves you a significant amount of time in the long run.
So I have a question for you. You might know this. When dragging a guard, you obviously move at a slower speed. And then Jesse slows down even more when dragging a guard through a door. Does dragging a fully unconscious guard versus dragging a guard you are currently chloroforming through a door matter? Is
Yes.
that I assume chloroform through a door is significantly faster than already unconscious.
No, already unconscious is significantly faster than chloroform. Even with
Oh,
gag reflex. And it's even slower if the guard is still struggling. From at least my testing.
wow! I would have never thought of that. That is good to know.
So, for example, if you're working with a guard or chloroforming them, it is actually faster to finish it, drop, and go through the door if it's a viable room for that.
Wow, yeah. I did not know that. I figured it would be faster to do it during the chloroform. I wonder why that is.
Um, it's mostly just movement speed, it seems. And Fran's probably glancing to be sure if I'm accurate or not, or just enjoying chilling right now. But this is just the way it feels for me. I will say dragging versus carrying a guard is definitely slower through a door, though.
Hmm.
Okay, so what I can do is have a look at the code and tell you, because that's something else I don't clearly remember, of course. I can have a look and tell you. That's no problem.
Green just destroyed the helicopter really fast.
That was
He did it
that
really
was
quick.
two good swings.
Yeah,
Um,
she's
A
doing very
really
well.
good pattern, yeah.
Yeah, that was very nice. Actually, since we're coming into chapter 8, I had a question I wanted to ask you, Fran.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to ask this last block before we swapped over, but I feel now's a good time. So in
Okay.
chapter 9, you can take the ropes and tie the Scandinavian guards up. The ropes you grab in chapter 7 and 8, it's possible to get an extra rope in chapter 7. Can you tie up other guards, or is it specifically the Scandinavians only that can be tied up?
It's the same item, so you can use it to tie them.
So it is possible per se, like these ropes here that are used to make mics or make copies. Could you knock the guard out with the rope equipped and then tie him up? You
Yeah,
would fail and
absolutely.
game
Right.
over, but
It's the same item, so you can use them if you want.
okay. So interesting. So I see. So that's why you made one boat string and the other boat was not string. It's because they could use the string on that level, then they have to find something else. And then in chapter 8, if you use the string, it's an automatic game over because you literally need that string, as far as we know right now, to beat the level. But chapter 9, you have the options. Wow.
Yeah, so
Smart.
in chapter 7 you can get the thread and have it to use it later in chapter 8. So you don't have to search for 2 strings in chapter 8. You can get the one from chapter 7. And if you still have some spare strings, you can use them to tie the Scandinavians up.
Wow. I like just the way that you thought about how, all right, they have this item. This item can be used this way. Let's make sure that if it's used this way in an earlier chapter, things still work out. Like that's just really impressive thinking. I'm fascinated that you could think that far ahead. I guess that comes from just designing games for as long as you have. Like this point, you've thought of a lot, and it's like, all right, here's how I probably need to handle this. I probably do not have anywhere near as much foresight as you. I'm a lot more here and now. So we got Saber picking up some extra backup items over here before he heads to the second half of this level. Glenn is currently, it looks like Glenn has reset again. I think Nick reset again. He is on the second half of level 2. And Devil is fighting Turret Storm, which again, everyone's favorite boss. We love this boss. So I'm excited to see Devil knock this boss out. But it's going to be over really quick because Turret Storm is fun. Sadly, too short. When are we getting a longer Turret Storm? When's that happening?
Fran, I think they're asking for an entire Turret Storm DLC. It's going to be 1 hour of Turret Storm.
Turret Storm.
That's it. Eventually, you're just walking on a destroyed floor, and it falls, and it's another floor of Turret Storm.
See,
that's great.
You'd have, oh lordy, you'd have to give Jesse an animation for walking over that, or maybe you could like give the player a choice of which turrets they destroy, and a floor breaks after a certain amount, so they could essentially nuclear sub themselves and just trap them in a corner if they pathed it wrong.
We don't even need to. We don't even need to write anything new. Just have the choice of explode it or break apart.
The floor just exploded.
Boom. Done.
So I have the figures here about what we talked before, the speeds. So carrying an enemy should be 45 in X45 against 30, which is chloroforming. So it's 30, but if you have the sleeping skill, so it rises to 40. So yeah, chloroform is when if you have the skill of sleeping better or faster, you also grab them faster. but just carrying someone is always is faster, no matter what you do.
So I guess specifically the question I was asking about that was the animation of when you enter a door while carrying a guard. Oh no,
Ooh.
Saber.
Saber wasn't able to get the last hit on an exterminator near the beginning, and it kept him from using the toilet.
That's unfortunate. But
I like when they choose exterminators.
Saber, I don't know if Saber is forgetting to cut the alarm or he's choosing not to. That is a very
No.
brave choice.
Saber did. That's where the checkpoint is.
Yeah, the checkpoint is before you cut it though. So he has to re-cut it every time he dies or takes a continue now. You see here he's triggering the alert. And I don't know if he realizes that he has to
right.
recut it or Toto, you've done a lot more runs of this. What is your opinion on him choosing not to cut the alert?
Yeah, I think unfortunately it will add some times to his run because, as you said, it locks both the toilets room and the elevator. So I've been struggling with that earlier, and you can definitely not going without passing the alert. And so yeah, I think right now he has to deal with the guards, and yeah, hope he deal with it.
I mean, we can also ask Jesse, why didn't you cut the wires?
Yeah.
Well, they were cut at one point, and then they just seemed to fuse back together.
Oh, that explains things.
I think he's trying an alternate strat here. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's
Oh.
But yeah.
that
Oh no.
on the wrong side of the alert. All right.
Glenn started again.
And yeah, we can see a lot of different levels right now. We have Glenn on level 2. So dealing with shredders. And we have Nick on level 3, dealing with various detectors, and DevilDude dealing with jungle and trying to find his way.
And the way that all of them are trying to work on it are different. For example, Saber is just trying to get a full PB.
Yeah.
And probably not really knowledgeable about how to do the red room. Glenn is obviously trying to get a record time. This is a 4th reset, I think.
Yeah, it is. He's hard trying right now.
And DevilDude is just happily trying to improve the PB 10 minutes at a time. So,
he picked up the cheese, so no worries.
I mean, he does have he has the luck of the cheese.
Exactly. And yeah, you can also mention that Green is using another way right now. He's picking up the anti-radiation suit. So yeah.
So this is a great way to show how much is actually skipped.
Exactly.
By doing the red room skip. All of those rooms, all of those spiders, all of which not even needed.
Yeah. At first it was quite surprising to deal with this room because you have to the way it works is that you have the anti-radiation suit and you cannot throw a grenade while you're wearing it. So you have to unwear it to pick up the grenade and then to put it again. And so here he didn't use anyone. So
In fact, the intended solution is even further than that. You unequip the suit, chuck a grenade, and equip the suit again. And
Yeah,
then
and
after it affects it, you walk up, unequip the suit, punch the spider to death, and then
exactly.
re-equip the
Yeah.
suit. And it's just a very interesting way to approach it.
Yeah, you can deal with it in many ways, and that is also a really enjoyable thing when you speedrun it, and also when you casual play it, because yeah, even if you replay it, you have different situation and various ways to deal with enemies. So it's really cool.
When running Chapter 9, outside of the Red Room, what are some of the other highlights that people can look for when they're looking for the later part of this mission, for identifying skill and such? Some skill for interesting parts.
You have definitely the maze at the end of the chapter, and also the way to deal with Takuma, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, alertless hard mode Japanese mercs. That's skill right there.
Yeah,
AKA unperfect.
Indeed, indeed. That actually might be a point where you and me might be able to compare some notes, because I came up with some really cool slingshot strats for those guards. So I'm very interested in what you've been doing.
Tiger lunge plus coins.
I think we'll get some time save for you there with the slingshot. But you
Oh
know,
no. Slingshot is part of it. I just haven't routed it well, but utilizing them in a way where you use Tiger Lunge for movement instead of experience.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense.
Because if you for people in chat, Tiger Lunge is an ability where you can warp, I believe, 5 tiles with a punch. So if you use a slingshot on some characters that you could otherwise Tiger Lunge, you just lost a time save. So it's about going one route in and going a different route out, just so that you can get everybody with Tiger Lunges.
I see. Oh yeah, because on Unperfect, you have to go a full circle. So
Always.
there are some guards that I don't know how to deal with, and that's probably where the Tiger Lunge. I got a question. Actually, did I just cut someone off? I apologize if I did.
Oh no, I was just seeing that Glenn is restarting again.
He wants that sub Puzon to be the run he gets. He's going for it, and I respect that.
Glenn, now the question is, we need to know, will Glenn ever choose cheese? Because it's important to note, cheese what is in the not recorded world record.
Cheese did get world record. Wait. It might be tradition.
Wait, is Glenn recording?
I hope.
I hope so.
I really hope if this game is run on GDQ or other worldwide event, that it may be a donation incentive, like Cheese or Acorn.
Yeah, I think this would be at sub hour. I think this would be a very good game for a GDQ or other very significant event.
Yeah.
That'd just be awesome. But I mean, right now, we'll see what happens. I'm sure someone will definitely be submitting this to at least one marathon. And we'll see. We will see. Fortunately, you missed the next GDQ. Or missed the current one, but just by a little. Dang it. Don't you hate it when you had something you wanted to say and then you forget it?
I answered the... Hey, fuck.
Well, I hate when I have something to say, but I don't know how to say it.
Oh, how so?
Well, because of English.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's easy to say what you want to say if you speak English normally, but for other people like me, and maybe it happens to you also, that sometimes you want to say something, but you don't have the words or how to say it, and you get frustrated. So
I feel you, mate. I feel you. No, don't worry.
Oh no, what is Saber doing?
Oh, he's
It's going here.
yeah.
Okay, he
It
wants he wants pistol ammo from here. Okay.
He will need it for the maze, but yeah, it's really
Wow.
interesting because no one has done that before. If I'm right.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone go over there. The 1.0 PTSD kicked in as soon as I saw him walking in that room. I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna go well, but
But as yeah, yeah.
Oh no!
I was thinking about it. Yeah, as we saw, he picked up another way to do the level, and so it may be related to the Vita experience also, because he's definitely doing another way that we usually see. I mean,
Man, that's
well, was that just poor chance that he got an alert there? Will he be able to get through that?
I wonder because it felt like he was rubbing up against. I gotta double check because was he rubbing up against the bars?
What happened? How?
We'll see. So he's in the middle.
Yeah. He's going to take this checkpoint in case that happens again.
Yeah, like right here.
okay, I think he shot.
Yeah, it was.
The
It was
last time,
because
so-
he was against the gate as it was opening.
Yeah.
And
the guard heard him, turned around, and locked him on in there. I wonder if he's been doing it without cutting the alert. Is the alert cable cuttable in the Vita version?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so maybe he's just learned it this way.
He cut it the first time. I think he did not. Oh, that's an interesting strat. Using the missing box dialogue to distract him. For people who don't know, in that room, the mics are coded so that if there's a missing box and they're both near each other, they will stop and discuss it. And by doing that, the bottom one looks upward and the top one can look any direction but down. So that was a very interesting way to approach this. This does not bode well for his future, though.
Can you interact with cutting the wire cable while there is an alert ongoing?
I don't know. I
would theorize yes.
Maybe you can, yes. Maybe you can. So it's a script. If you arrive at this position and you do that, then this happens. But the context, sometimes I have to just say if the alarm has to be on or not. So most of the time I don't put anything. So if the alarm is on, you could be able to do it. But I'm not sure. I have to check the code. Is this sort of, this situation that's so strange? Because normally you cut the wire at the beginning of the game before just proceeding and having alarms. So
yeah, when I was first talking to Jack before this game came out, one of the things I told him was, we will probably do everything, and I don't know if Jack realized the extent of what I meant by that, but I think we're all seeing it here. You will probably see us try everything.
So that's odd. Not cutting the wire here because it's nearly mandatory.
So the wired he did cut the first time, and then left, and then he had to reload. And it looks like the checkpoint was before the cutting of the wire.
Yes, the checkpoint is before. If you reset, you must recut the wire. I'm not quite certain why he hasn't chosen to recut the wire. I'm definitely curious. When he finishes this run, I do want to ask him and get an answer from him as to why he didn't do that. Because it's been nipping him in the butt. Not cutting that. He's been struggling on this level because of that. Glenn is in stage 1 again.
The third or fourth time he resets the game.
Right now I think Glenn's up to 7.
So,
Any
Glenn,
clue?
But
Glenn likes to make sure the run is how he wants it to be before he commit. Oh no.
well, I mean, in Glenn's defense, for them to achieve what they're looking for, they have to shave off over 4 minutes
Oh yeah,
from
absolutely.
their current time. So being able to shave off 30 seconds in the first few chapters, even a minute off the first few chapters, is 1/4 of the way. So it makes sense
Absolutely.
that that's the strategy.
I'm curious when Glenn is if he manages to finish a run, I assume he'll commit to at least one run during this block. Where his longest chapters are, and if it will line up with 2, 3, and 9, like other people. I expect it will, but I guess a better way to phrase it is, will it be 7 minutes, and what is 9 on average? Like 4? No, I think my PB on 9 is 10 minutes and some seconds.
I was surprised to see 9 in the 9 minutes for a few people.
9's
So-
hit 9? Okay, then yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Man, Saber is trying here to make everything work. He has no EMPs, and
He's really going through a dark time here.
Dang.
Yeah, he may not. He didn't do the link between the first cutting wire and this situation. I mean,
Okay, fool
Is-
him.
he's definitely trying to do it the stealth way, but yeah. And again, he's locked.
Wow.
No.
There.
He just has to wait.
Oh
So
no! Just unpause. To unpause, Saber.
right now he can continue. So
Mm-hmm.
just has to wait a bit. Even if he lost some time in this chapter because he's already at 18 minutes by there.
I read.
Yeah. It makes me sad when people skip me there.
The Dungeon Master, is that what his title is? Dungeon Master?
Lord of the Labyrinth.
He is a fine character. I did enjoy you guys' interaction. Jesse does not seem to take kindly to role playing.
So,
Damn
the
geeks.
story about this, and I've said it before, is one day Fran just pings me out of nowhere and he says, "Kevin," and I'm like, "Hi, Fran. I forgot to cast this. Here you go." I mean, it was a little bit more verbose, but here you go. Voice these lines for me. What? And next thing you know, I'm voicing lines. It was a little more verbose than that, but it was charming to say the least. I didn't expect to have any lines in the game, so. But that said, it definitely, whenever you're trying to contribute lines versus listening to others and give your opinion on it, it's a totally different experience. You wouldn't know anything about that, Novus, huh?
Oh no, not at all. No, all of my
Oh.
July 2020 was just recording and listening to Jesse's lines over and over.
Side note, Saber just had one of the issues we're investigating, where transitioning on a screen, the ghost was still surrounding them. So that's one of those things that's unlucky, but it's good to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, I believe it's specific to like 1 or 2 screens, but maybe it just happens on all ghosts depending on how close they are to the screen. Do you know, is it specific ghosts or is it just it can in general happen on any ghost?
Currently investigating is the official word I'm going to
Understood.
Like, it is not intended to be that way. We'll just say that.
Yeah. I remember watching that happen to a streamer, and it surprised me that the ghost carried through a room transition. I was like, that doesn't seem right.
I guess that just means your streamer was charismatic and had a lot of retention opportunities. and they were able to keep an audience along with them till the end of the journey. That is a complimentary thing in my humble opinion.
Yeah, on current patch, Ghosts really like Jesse. Does Jesse really like Ghosts, though?
These things are weird.
Oh,
Oh my god, that health just keeps on ticking.
yeah.
What's ridiculous is that has been reduced.
Oh, have you seen anyone walk through that door and get killed in that, or is it impossible to die once you walk through that door transition?
I personally can say I've never actually thought about that as an issue until I just watched that moments ago.
Me neither.
I
Me
hope we
neither.
don't see anyone walk into that load zone and die. That would be so unfortunate. I wonder, I mean, if it's coded as an unskippable cutscene, then at least on easy, you shouldn't be able... Well, no, I don't know if that's true or not, because the way ghosts work. Huh.
We have to check that.
Alright, we got Devil and Glenn in Chapter 2. Nick just beat Huge Eel, and Green is up here. This is, reminder, this is going to be Green's first run finished. This will be his PB. Yeah, did he just teabag the Colonel? Okay, so this is the question I was going to ask you about earlier, Jack. You can punch guards through screens. Do you utilize that strat at all during the unperfect runs?
No. Mostly because it's unpredictable if you can catch them off guard or not. Generally speaking, it's just, while it is viable and possible, I haven't found a way of making it consistent yet.
Okay. Glenn has opted to take another reset.
Yeah, he was killed by one of these shredders.
Ah, unfortunate. Yeah, for a while I had the punch through screen transition strat for the Japanese mercs, but it, as you said, it was proving very inconsistent because if you can punch through, the guards on the other screen can also see the guard you just punched, which can lead to some disasters. Not opting to grab the med kit. Okay, I don't know if his reload will give him full health or
Oh.
not.
Okay, that's
Okay, it did. But he has to do this whole fight without getting critically injured. Oh, there goes the chloroform. No using the chloroform to go back to chapter 3 on the final boss.
You know, the more I think about it, the more I think it would be great if General Axe was like, "What does this smell like?"
That'd be a fun little Easter egg. He just, if he pulled a certain item, he's like, I don't remember this.
Just 4.
Good tank, good tank. He should be fine on the general. What?
oh.
Oh, unfortunate. Oh no! Wow, he still got him as he was turning.
Yeah, you got it.
Nice.
That was a beautiful 2-cycle.
Yeah.
GreenZSaber didn't even get hurt.
Oh,
Did the
okay.
so, nope.
Okay.
There we go. Just had to catch up the feed there.
Yeah.
Jesse, I'm so glad that you literally tore the universe apart for a moment.
A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
So, final time. Personal best at 102.18.
What a shame.
102.18. I will get that up and let's get.
Congratulations.
let's get Nick up on here. He is currently fighting the nuclear sub. I'm sure that would be something we definitely want to see here. Everyone here, I think, can agree with that. Let's throw Nick on up here. And GG is again to Saber. Saber has responded. It looks like he was not aware that he had to recut the wire the whole time. So he's currently going back and re-examining the reality of that situation.
We are unfortunately at a difficult time with the submarine right now.
Yeah, the submarine can be a challenge, because, I mean, between the missiles, it only has one attack, but you can't see that attack once it goes off screen. You just have to kind of get a feel from the timing, and we were talking about it earlier, the way the map is designed, like right there you could see Nick has gotten stuck.
Yeah.
Even though that's a quote-unquote square, not that I don't believe you, Fran, it's very easy to get stuck right there on that spot. And that has killed me more than once, I will be honest. But he did get the sub that time, so that was very good.
Oh, maybe it's not a square. Maybe it's not a square. But it's created with the squares, with tiles. I can tell you.
We actually did see a strat here on the submarine, which is to destroy all the crates around you with a grenade, which is not that usual, but makes the way really easier because it can make you stuck, and you just have to move in a little corner while the whole harbor is destroyed. So definitely destroys crates is the best way.
Yeah, I was when we were first playing this game and the speedruns were just started. That was a little like routing introduction, just to chuck one grenade and knock all those boxes out with that. And small things like that, you might think, oh, well, of course, but in reality, the little things like that can just not trivialize, but they can change so much about how you approach a situation or a game. Like literally anyone can contribute to a run. The smallest thing can sometimes lead to the biggest discoveries. Just throwing one grenade made that fight 100 times easier.
Indeed, yeah.
One of when watching people play the nuclear sub on hard, it was very interesting seeing them try and fight it without destroying any of the boxes early.
Oh.
And it's just fascinating because one of the biggest issues, especially on hard, is space management. And the first thing that the people are asking about is, why don't the giant missiles that hit the landscape destroy the boxes? And I'm sitting here thinking, well, I can't say it on the realistic point, but I'm kind of glad they don't. Because that makes the entire fight much more a puzzle-like experience for people.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. It makes you have to think critical about a boss that might otherwise potentially be, maybe, as Fran would say, too easy.
Well, I don't think we need to jump the gun on calling nuclear sub too easy. But especially on hard. Ooh, and there's that hidden rule about almost walking out to the camera.
Yeah.
You learn real quick that camera is
So-
looking at you.
Totok, I have a question for you. Here, instead of going straight down, you went all the way around the box
Yeah.
before. So why did you just rounded the box instead of just going straight down? Oh.
I did both
Oh,
actually. On one run, I did the box way, and I did the other way on the second run. So it may depend on the timing where you go to the room. Yeah, I think it's just about that. You can see, for instance, in the room where Nick is, that it's also a timing thing, where you can catch the right timing and go right away to chloroform the guard and go behind the crates. But yeah, I think it's just about camera position at the moment, and you have to deal with it, and either you do a way, either you do another.
So for a while, the
Okay.
strat, to my knowledge, was when you get the guard uniform, when you get the camera by the EMP or the checkpoint by the EMPs, you would reload checkpoint. But it seems like that's no longer a thing. Have you guys decided reloading checkpoint actually makes the stage's reload cycles worse off? Is that why you guys don't do that anymore?
Reloading the cycle of the cameras, you mean?
Yeah, because they have a default state. When you reload, they get put in this default position.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was asking Toto. I've noticed they've stopped reloading the checkpoints. If that was because he found. Oh no, that's unfortunate.
He
Nick.
was that one is dangerous.
That's another camera that if you don't wait on, it will nip you.
Yeah. It happened to me a few times, quite a lot of times, when I was recording the first trailer. So this is a scene. This scene appears in the first trailer I did, and it happened to me all the time. It just been discovered by the camera for going too fast.
Yeah. Ugh,
So
God.
it's not done on purpose. So I've been victim of this as well.
Imagine being punished for going too fast.
You know, now that we know that the turbo button exists, could you imagine what the speedrunners would do with just a turbo button, watching them move faster finally and being like, this is how cameras should move?
Oh yeah, I
And-
think we'd absolutely do that.
And that said, the poor Mike that's watching all the cameras would have to watch them move so fast and get ill.
Done.
I'm pretty sure they should break the game for sure. Something should happen. Would happen. Something quick multiplied by something quick is something quick square. So yeah, this is a scenario for breaking the game.
We see.
Okay, here it is, and
Well, this doesn't bode well for our hero.
okay, he's doing
When-
well. There's no alarm.
I
here.
got
Okay.
this. I got this.
Nick just Nick just came with Scandinavian guys.
He did. I wonder if he's hit level 6. I believe it takes 15 experience to hit level 7, so he's not gonna get Takuma boss skip or boss defeated skip. I don't think, because he's not taking all the Scandinavians out. I'm curious if the route he takes just prefers Scandinavians. I know I personally prefer Scandinavians, but you know, 1.0. So whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
Scandinavians are required from me. You guys get a choice.
I like the Scandinavians, but I've never been able to EMP an Exterminator before.
Okay, Potty.
Yeah.
Ah, here it is, Potty. Very well. He's hearing me.
Alright. I'm
Okay.
worried. Okay, he has an okay spider pattern in the first room, and the first room is the bad. Not a great spider pattern in the
Okay.
second room, but
Dude.
as long as he doesn't
Close
get...
one.
Oh my god, that was so close.
That
Okay.
was two deflections earlier, by the way.
Yeah, those
Of the bullets.
deflections... those deflections really paid off. It's not over yet. He has to do the camera. Just like you've fallen victim to Too Fast. If you EMP that camera, the one he just EMP'd, Nick EMP'd right away, and run in, other camera on the right will see you, and you'll have to reset, do it all. That's fun. Oh no, Nick didn't realize he was out of EMPs there for a second.
Or that he only had one out of the required two.
Yeah.
And Devil's Dude just came through the Mega Drone. And
Ooh.
Green is doing again the run in level 2, as Glenn is doing the level 3 right now.
Yep. I think this is the furthest. Oh, Nick, don't scare us like that. I think this is the furthest we've seen Glenn get. Did he make it to chapter 4?
Glenn did not make it to chapter 4. Glenn quit around this time, actually.
Yeah,
On
I
his
quit
furthest run.
on the boss of chapter 3, right?
I think so. I don't want to turn around and say definitively, but I think so.
Yeah.
Saber is on Team Acorn again. Or still.
That's right. He was reloading and got crushed. Got killed at a laser.
Yeah, he did. Right, I remember. Unfortunate laser death there. Let's see him get revenge against God names.
Lieutenant Murchison.
Lieutenant
Yeah.
Markison.
Lieutenant Stevenson. Got it.
No, Lieutenant
No.
Stephen Markison. Do you know why? I'll say so now. Because when you're in the bathroom and you're giving a fake name to the person in the bathroom, you are Lieutenant Marcus Stevenson there.
Yep.
Lieutenant, yeah, Stevenson.
Mm-hmm. Which is one of those brilliant, cute little things that Fran did.
So it's interesting looking at Nick do these wires. So we've been bouncing around a couple different ways to approach the wires. We have the color method where you just know that it's blue to red. This isn't necessarily right, but it's like blue to red, black to yellow. We have the number method where it's 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 1, and we have the left right method. So looking at how these runners have been approaching this, I think Nick is using the color method there, because you saw several times he started holding one and then realized, wait, no, this is the wrong wire. That tends, from my personal experience, to be when I'm using the color method, is I realize I'm holding the wrong color, and you do not want to use the wrong color, because you I mean, Jesse did get his Electra certification from a mic, so you know.
That's true, but not the maintenance mic. That's important to note.
Yeah, maintenance mic would have known how to do it for sure.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no. Unfortunate.
Oh my god. But the wires, the color of wires is not set in random position.
And Glenn is starting again.
Once we, or at least, once we realized the wires weren't random, it was like, oh, sudden realization. They're scripted. That was really nice. Is he going for the quick kill? No, he's playing it safe. He's playing it safe. Okay. Unfortunate, but he still got it.
Okay.
So, random factoid about getting all the experience versus the any percent. Because this is a really interesting thing to look at. Nick's 6.5 levels of experience, okay? If you get all the experience, when do you get level 4? Do you know?
If you get all the experience, when would you get 4?
You can reach level 2, right?
I would even go so far as guessing, at what creature do you get level 4?
I think sewer junk, right?
That's correct. You get level 4 at sewer junk, and he's at level 9 at 6.5.
Yeah.
Just to show the difference of how much experience is skipped throughout the game.
Yeah.
I did actually run the game on 100% on my casual run, and so I was quite surprised by the scaling there, because I reached level 10, I think in level 8,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was quite enjoying the thing, because you have all upgrades, and so you can manage way easier the enemies.
Okay. I didn't realize on Unperfect you would hit it in level 8. I know on Perfect you hit level 10. Oh, unfortunately, Devil Take a Death. On Perfect you hit level 10 on the Japanese mercs. At least for me personally, that's where I hit it. I've seen a couple other people tend to hit it there when they're just doing Perfect.
Actually, wait. I can't remember if you hit it at 8 or 7 level 10 on Unperfect. I know if you just go for perfect numbers, you get it on 8. Huh. I think you actually can get it earlier. But, yeah, no, it's just really interesting how you get level 3 on Roscoe and 4 on Sewer Jump. So. Either way, another good labyrinth happening so far. Happy for Nick.
Yeah, this is... He doesn't have a med kit. I wonder if he's gonna grab this one. No, he's not. So he's not gonna get a med kit until, if he even gets one, it'll be in the office. He might actually just commit to no med kit, which could be risky because there's some ghosts that will probably latch on to him.
At this hit point, though, he's got one that he usually runs, people usually run off the screen, and then there's the turkey block one. So, the last
block.
Oh!
Oh! Medkit doesn't fix that, though.
No.
Sorry, there's a, turkey block is what I call the last door, the hidden door.
Ah, I see, okay.
Yeah, because there's a dialogue there that says there was a brick in the wall that smelled like turkey, which is a reference to Castlevania.
See, earlier when I mentioned there was a lot of dialogue I missed, I'm about to boot this game back up and replay specifically for that line because I'm on the verge of not believing you, but I know who you are. There's a what?
Well, I mean, you know how wall turkey is a thing in Castlevania. Agreed?
If it's from Symphony of the Night, I guess I do. I did.
What do you mean? It's like all Castlevanias.
I've only played Symphony of the Night.
Well, like all Castlevanias, you whip certain walls, they break apart, and it drops wall turkey.
This is news to me. There's a what? Okay. I get it, though. What?
Oh, that was close. He's even worse.
He panicked. Unfortunate for Nick. No. It's so easy to do that. That's so unfortunate.
You know, I've got a joke that's in bad taste. It involves wall turkey and not eating it because they're choking, but they can't choke because there's no turkey to choke on. So this is like a 5-layer joke that's not funny on all 5 layers.
I don't think I get the first layer.
That's okay. If somebody in chat thinks it's funny, I'm just going to say you're wrong. So back onto this.
Yeah. So anyway, Nick's in the labyrinth.
Nick is in the labyrinth. DevilDude is doing yet again another turret storm, which is nice.
And
love a good
turret storm.
Every turret storm's a good turret storm.
Glenn has reset. I missed what caused it. Did anyone see? Did he make it into 4?
Unfortunately, I did not see what caused it that time.
I
So-
missed it.
And there we are. Wall turkey achieved.
Alright. Now he should still be on PB pace. Unfortunate that happened, but as long as he has a good General X, we should be seeing a new PB from Nick. Also, I'm not sure how familiar you are with speedrunning terms, Novez. PB would be personal best, and that's to anyone else in chat who doesn't know what that abbreviation means. Apologies for just assuming you would know what that meant.
Fair enough. I will admit I'm not much into speedrunning in general, but I was able to pick it up along the way.
So yeah, everyone's personal best is the number right next to their name. So you can see we have Glenn here with a 53, which is why he's been resetting so heavy. As we pointed out earlier, he wants to save those 4 minutes. Saber is almost certainly going for sub hour, which he should be able to knock out. Devil's going for the sub 110, probably sub 115, and Nick here just wants that PB, and he's on pace. Alright, so we have Nick going for the I don't care strat and just hoping the body armor works. And it is. The body armor does work in this room. He's... Oh, God. He's fine.
By the way, can we do a light shout out to Wachowski? You get to see him a glimpse in every run in that elevator scene. And every time I smile, I'm like, you do you, Wachowski. You do you.
Sir. And
I don't know.
done.
It's the small things that bring a smile to my face, friends.
You hear him say sir, which means you know he's important. And then he's gone forever.
I don't know what Wachowski's rank is, but I eternally want to imagine that Wachowski will be forever private. If we have like an UnMetal 7, Wachowski is going to be the only person who never wanted to get a promotion in my eyes, in my headcanon.
So,
I want to pretend like if we are talking the anime Naruto universe, they are always Genin. They are forever Genin.
I want to say something, if you don't mind. It's just a quick interrupt. So I just made a tweet on my channel inviting Spanish people to come here to have a look, and I saw the amount of viewers rise a little bit. So I want to just say hello to this one, and I'll say in Spanish if you don't mind.
Oh,
Okay.
please.
go ahead.
Chicos, bienvenidos al canal de Speedrun. Gracias por estar aquí. Llevo aquí como 6 horas viendo cómo destrozan mi juego yendo a toda leche. Y pues eso, lo estamos haciendo para la Fundación Kasomai, que fue los que me ayudaron a hacer el proyecto Afraid. Disfrutad el speedrun. El récord está en 49 minutos. O sea, Steam les puede devolver el dinero. Y nada, nada más. Muchas gracias. Okay, I'm finished. We can continue with the game.
Thank you, Fran, for all the support you're giving, and I hope you're enjoying the event and everything we've done for you, because we've sure enjoyed what you've done for us.
Yeah, I'm having fun with this event. You know, for one time, I'm not suffering viewing the player just doing things. I mean,
Yo, he's
do it right,
punching.
do that, punch here, do that. I don't have to think this. So they're doing very, very well. Fantastic. In
You know
fact,
what?
Yeah,
Shout out
what?
to Nick for finishing it with his fist.
Okay, yeah. So let's see the time. It's
All right, this is GG Nick.
GG Nick.
GG.
57.
57-45.
Yeah, he did his record. How you call it? A PB or a
Yep,
PB
personal
or
best.
personal best.
PB, personal best. Okay. PB is personal best, and the other one was
WR world record.
okay. PB.
congrats again, Nick. Where are we at here? We got both
Glenn?
Devil.
Glenn is level 2. Oh my god, how many times did this guy restart the game?
A lot, actually.
We are
That's-
up to 10 times, I believe.
Well,
And yeah, Green and Devil are on the same screen right now. So, pretty close.
yeah, definitely.
You know, Green could pull off a sub 1 hour, which would be wonderful. And Devil Dude at this rate has 1 hour and 8 minutes coming.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to seeing their times. I'm especially interested in seeing if Green will be able to have a successful chapter 9 this time. I'm incredibly looking forward to seeing how he improves there. Speaking of, let's bring Green back up here and watch how he is approaching this. He has a successful strat. Devil, unfortunately, triggered the alert.
All right. Looks like we've got a clean entry in to get the secret for the bulletproof vest.
So I have a question for Toto again.
Yeah.
So, do you have some sort of stickers around the screen with with tips and, for instance, the colors, the combination of the wires? Do you have it in a sticker, or do you know about memory?
About
I
notes?
did.
Oh, go on.
I did from memory, actually.
So everything you don't have, for instance, when the first time you go to the mines, so you don't use I don't know, a marker and mark the screen with the way you have to do, or
No, no, no. In fact, yeah, I just try to remember it, and
Sorry, he tried for the skip. Continue.
yeah, no, I was watching that too. Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, if you practice a lot, uh, at at the end you're used to it, and so you know normally what just to do. Yeah.
okay, was curiosity. So maybe you add information around the screen, or
Actually, Jack and Sergeant mentioned that earlier. That yeah, some people use several ways to deal with it. You can go through the colorways to make a link between colors. Some people use the numbers that you find on the sketch, on the blueprint, and so yeah, I think it's on your own. What
okay,
about
thank
you?
you. I have everything written down. I have a terrible memory, territorial memory.
I actually
And
do for
side
the maze, but
Oh.
yeah, no, yeah, that's
I
all.
just wanted to say again, Devil Dude and GreenZSaber on the same screen again.
Oh yeah.
Page
So
complete.
let's see what we have going into here. We've got GreenZSaber going to be starting up, grabbing first set and second grenade, and then blowing the rest up. But one of the interesting things to talk about is how Puzon did the tank versus other people that we've seen since then. What you see right off the bat with Puzon is he took 2 grenades and blew up 2 of the boxes right away so that he could unlock 2 rockets on the ground, and then immediately use the 3 rockets, the one that was in that they picked up, and then 2 more rockets right afterwards to prepare an immediate thing. Grabbing another grenade, there's 2 boxes that are just south of Devil Dude right there, and he was able to use the remaining 2 grenades to blow that up to get 2 more rockets. So in doing so, taking out an entire shot from the time period of the tank, shaving off a good 10-15 seconds, little optimizations like that are ways that Puzan was able to get the world record. And it's cool to be able to share this because Toto is going to be like time to do that for my own runs, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool that you can see a lot of optimization right here, especially in chapter 5. You have definitely a lot of features there. We mentioned the skip at the end of Machine Gun Mike. You have also the tank, and it's really amazing that the game just released 20 days ago, and you have already all of this stuff, and I think new things to come soon.
Now, if you don't mind me stepping in for a second, I'd like to remind everyone that in collaboration with Versus Evil, we have a couple keys for this game that we're giving out in appreciation of you guys all being here. For the remaining hour of this block, if you would like to enter for a chance, the command is !giveaway, and yeah, please enter. We'd love to give you a chance at this event and continue enjoying the event. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
And a side note, those are not only Steam keys. We do have keys for the Switch, the PlayStation, and Xbox. Oh, that's going to be risky.
And Green,
Oh.
Green is not gonna make it, unfortunately.
So
Durable as an American vehicle should be.
I've never tried. I noticed he bounced off of the corner while he was trying to avoid that. Is the turret that was shooting torpedoes at him a physical object as well? Would he have also bounced off of that, or would he go right through it?
I think he got shot by it.
Yeah, he definitely got shot by it, but I'm curious if it actually has any collision that would interact with the sub. That's another case I've never seen, just skipping destroying it. If he would have been able to just phase right through it, if you have to destroy it or it blocks your way.
I never got that close.
Same. Uh-oh. Team friends. Do you have any idea, Fran, if the turret has a physical collision the sub would interact with?
No physical collision.
Okay, so he
only,
would...
Yeah, only the torpedo kills you. So he could just go through it.
That's good to know if that situation ever arises again, that if you time it right. But the chance of it spawning a torpedo while you're passing through it is probably non-zero.
No, of course. You have to go fast, quick, but then
Luckily,
it's hot.
Every time I see them pass that, I wince a little bit.
That was so smooth and yet just like anxiety producing at the same time.
That little mine tunnel, it was so nice to find out, oh, you just, bunk the top and just glide on through. There you go.
Okay,
So, I have not suggested this to Fran, but in that mine tunnel, you know how the last two mines are about middle to low, and they're above that little side path that has no reason to go through?
Yes.
I keep on thinking, what would it be like if you push those all the way near the top, so somebody could be daring enough to try and skip all those mines and squeeze up on the right side? Look at DevilDude in a second. And on the right, if you push those mines to the top, if you could try to navigate through that little place.
We would do that. We would definitely do that if you did that.
It would be kind of rough and terrifying, though.
Yeah, I think that is probably the minimum width for the sub to successfully get through there safely.
Yeah. It would probably be too easy on easy now, though, now that it doesn't, it doesn't blow up when you literally sneeze on it.
Maybe. Only move the mines on hard is what I'm hearing.
That's a great idea. The mines should be moving up and down, Fran.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry,
Notice,
everyone.
do you hear how happy he is to make the game harder?
I'm sorry,
That's a
everyone.
great idea. That's a great idea. Going up and down and.
Yeah. I'm like, Fran, we should make the game harder. Oh, yeah.
And all of them with a different offset, so it's harder to
Oh.
to synchronize. Yeah.
Procedurally generate the rates
Yeah.
and reset it every death, right?
Yeah. And if you're playing in Twitter, the mob can just type something to change the speed of the mines.
And oh, even better, if they subscribe, it puts a little name above the mine, so if it blows you up, you know who to blame.
Yeah. Okay, submarine. Let's see how it goes. Okay, good.
Oh, it dropped a lot of
Boom,
things. Right?
boom.
That was a good setup to clear the boxes.
Yeah, indeed. So
Yeah.
first grenades. Okay, go with grenades. Good.
To
No,
hit
no,
all the
yeah.
boxes in the way that they did, it's a much tighter throw than you'd expect, because the distance of the boxes in the top left corner are actually like there's about 3 or 4 pixels for room for air for those.
Okay,
You almost
now.
always have one missing.
It's very easy.
Okay, good. He's doing great. First grenade, then rockets. Okay, now.
Oh, far right.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks like he's fine though, and he should kill it in 2 here. So
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, when you kill the sub after it fires missiles, where do those missiles go?
We should ask. Maybe yes, he knows.
I'll tell you later.
They just went straight up.
Yeah.
They're probably
That's-
still going.
Yeah, of course, because they don't control them to go down, so they keep going up. It's logical, yeah.
It's just there they go.
Jesse says something to the effect of, "Did you see those holes on the moon?"
What is Saber? Oh, does Saber want extra XP? Well, it looks like he's trying to get 1 extra XP before engaging on this.
Yeah.
But he already alerted.
Yeah, it
He
looks
wants
like
to
he
do it.
realized that and decided that it wasn't worth it.
Okay, here we go.
The devil is dealing with submarine right now. Also. Using same strats.
The river's not helping now.
Yep, it's been away from the river has moved opposite to the helicopter in almost every pass.
Oh, congratulations. He did manage to do it despite that awful river. And it looks like Devil is going to be... Sub's giving him some trouble. He's running low on ammunition, but he should be able to do this. He hasn't been hit yet, which is good.
A really interesting thing here is the way the game development was quick, and the way it changes the speedrun thing, because for instance on this chapter and this boss fight you have the missile. If it shoots you, if it hits you before the 104 update, it will instantly one-shots you. And so this is really different right now, because on easy mode it doesn't kill you on one shot. And it challenges a lot of things, because you can continue to punch a box to destroy it, for instance. So yeah, it's
Oh, that's news to me. I was under the assumption that explosions from enemies still basically one-shot you.
That was one of the major features that was focused on for the first 4 patches was adjusting the one-shot experience for people on medium and easy difficulties.
I do remember that a lot of those got tuned.
Yeah, and more than that, yeah, since the release of the game, I mean, we had a lot of changes regarding difficulty stuff or even sort of routing, and it's really interesting to see that new stuff every day. You have new stuff discovered, new ways to do it. So it's really cool.
Oh, sorry, I linked you something wrong, Sergeant.
That's fine. It's fine. So we got Saber here is I've never seen someone go to that particular spot to wait out the camera, but it does look like it worked out for him. He got in a very good camera cycle and is able to essentially one cycle the 2 rooms on the way to the EMP grenade.
It's a shame that the route that Saber did got to level 6 after Black Thunder, specifically.
Yeah, I've been noticing a lot of runners typically don't get 6 until really late, but he was pretty close to Black Thunder, so leveling up to 6 on Thunder is kind of like, it's kind of a bit of irony there to realize, dang, the boss gave me the ability that would have helped me kill the boss.
Yep. For people watching, Chapter 6 gives you the ability to increase your guns, the damage from guns. And since the Zodiac utilizes a gun, it increases the damage of every bullet from the boat to the helicopter. So if you manage to, I think that's going to be one of the potential time saves, is if there's a way to create or get enough experience for Chapter 6. Wow, this route creates some pretty good opportunities for Green. I didn't see too much of what was done differently.
He was taking out a lot of extra guards that normal any. Sorry, that's not fair to him. That the current world record any percent just straight up skipped. So yeah, he was choosing to take out extra guards for extra experience throughout.
Yeah, no, I'm just noticing how fast that Chapter 8 was.
Oh, you mean the Chapter 8 itself?
Yeah, that was some interesting rotation.
I didn't even get a chance to see his IGT on that stage. Oh well, maybe we'll have to review that. So he's cutting the wires. I told him about cutting the wires, and he realized his mistake last time. So if something goes wrong, I'm really hoping that he cuts the wires a second time. We'll see here.
So it was Glenn had an issue with cutting the wires. Was it the same for Saber?
What do you mean? Saber was the one who got trapped on floor 9 because he forgot to cut the wires.
Oh, I got confused there. Sorry about that.
All good, all good. It's been a long day.
Yes, it has been.
And it's gonna be longer.
I know, it's gonna be amazing.
And an interesting decision I want that I've seen runners do here. If you run, Saber's actually, well, maybe Saber's choosing to do it. There's a checkpoint right there. I personally like to get that checkpoint and then go and use the potty before going into the red room. That way, if I have a bad RNG pattern, I have a different save to reload. It's a little slower, but it lets me mix up the spiders instead of getting stuck in a unfortunate RNG situation. We also see Saber. I'm not sure if he did this last run. I think he's the first person who is opting to not do red room skip, or the rad skip. And
yes,
you get to see the. Oh no, he's out of. Oh no, He's out of EMPs here. This is gonna be a run. You get to see the glorious spider bot patterns in this portion of the game. Lovely, lovely spider bots.
Going to need to grab some right here too.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
need
got
it later.
2 of them.
2 is... he cannot use a single grenade, though, on the spider bots if he only has 2.
But he does have rad soup.
He does.
Yeah, I do this. Fine.
Nope. He's not risking that.
You know, it's not a bad idea. Sacrifice 2 or 3 seconds so that you can prevent a death, which takes away significantly more, you know?
Yeah, it's good. He's recognizing he cannot afford to throw an EMP grenade. So I give him kudos for that. He knows he can't do it, so he's reacting accordingly to account for not being able to throw those.
So the strategy here, wait till they're looking from left going to right so that you can easily just move down in the 5 seconds.
Instead of just going and then getting seen and having to do the red room again.
Getting here, there are 2 more that you can grab to finish off the room. As a note, this room is significantly harder in hard difficulty as the EMP grenades have a 3-second duration instead of 5 seconds. So going through that box is a major pain.
You need 2 grenades for the camera. The last camera, so in easy you have time. There's time enough to just block the camera and punch the box and go. However, in normal and hard, you have 3 seconds, so you don't have time. You have to knock out the camera, get in front of the box, knock it again, use another grenade to knock it again, and then hit the box and pass. It's different than easy. Or you can try to do in just 1 round, but with just 1 grenade, but it's very, very tight.
Yeah, it's tight. If you, I typically do it in 1 grenade. I've never actually, to be honest with you, thought about using 2, but I do know for a fact, if you get caught on anything, you will be seen with that 3-second EMP grenade. It is tight.
So we have the same in level 8. We have the same. There's a camera that needs 2 grenades in normal, because there's a couple of boxes you have to destroy, and you have no time. So
yeah, that one for sure. Speaking of level 8, Devil is finishing up his level 8 here. He must have got held up. Him and Nick were like back to back, and now I see he's just finishing it. Something must have happened, but congrats, he's made it out into 9. I'm excited to see if he will PB or not this run. Saber is doing the wires, so he's also on good pace.
And
We got
Glenn is on chapter 4 right now.
Glenn has made it to chapter 4. That is exciting, and again, an excellent mind path. He knows exactly where to head. He knows all the positions on his current seed. The fact you could just run straight south. Oh my lord. And Nick is just picking up the 3rd file. So he will be fighting Lieutenant
Martison.
Marcus Stephen Marcuson the Roscoe.
Meven Sarkison.
Mike.
Saber took a potty. I wonder if Saber's going for the quick kill and just saving for safety here. He is going for the quick kill and he gets it.
Yeah, he did it.
Not the fastest. He didn't use hotkeys, but still, that is the quick kill. 1 rocket after a bunch of handguns and boom. Oh no, he forgot to visit the helicopter for the key.
Oh my god.
Do you know what's even worse? On the way
Yeah.
up, forgot to hit the crate. He's doing it now.
Okay.
Specifically, I remember Plywood, another runner who was here earlier today, pointed out that if you don't pick up that uranium ball, you cannot move that crate still. Oh, that's unfortunate for Saber. He might be in a bad spot now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to reset the room. Yeah.
So I posted an image for
Oh,
the
thank God he
community.
remembered the box.
I posted an image for the community saying, guys, if you're gonna do this, make sure you pick up that uranium or it won't matter at all what you do. So I'm very glad he went and picked that up.
So funny thing is when I'm like, when breaking it open, the thought in the back of my mind is, why did you pick up the uranium? You didn't need the uranium, and this is why.
Yeah, we discovered that uranium is strong enough to prevent a box from being moved.
Well, when you say it that way, it does make sense.
Well, it took me a lot to do this combination. I mean, the couple of boxes that you can just, you have to break one in order to go out from inside and not blocking anything with that second box, and that was really hard to edit.
That, I'll be honest, that's one of those small moments, thinking of it from raw game design, that I've actually sat back and thought, this is one of the most clever secrets in the game. Just by the way that it's a one-way gate that you see openly and you don't know why.
Mhm.
Saber almost scared me there. He started going back to the elevator, but he has a Japanese mercenary that has detected another one.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to go backwards through, I believe on this version. Okay, he's choosing to go back through the roof. He's playing this safe. I don't remember on the version they're running. Has the Japanese mercenary turning into a mic been patched?
Not yet.
Okay, so yeah, one of the scary things is if a merc revives a different merc, they revert from needing 1 punch to 3 punches, which makes an already scary enemy more scary. But
That was
thankfully,
a clean go for the night vision goggles.
absolutely, yeah. I think that's another reason Terminators are picked, is because you can knock these two out, and then there's not a single Terminator in your way. Oh, unfortunately, Devil taking an alert on the Japanese mercenaries. I think he's also going to have to take a reset. No,
That said, this is one of the best hallways to try and take them all out.
He tried. He tried. I respect that.
Glenn is at the end of level 5.
Ooh. This is
Come
the
on,
furthest I think Glenn's gotten today.
Yeah. After getting ran, that's right. After getting ran over by the tank. Okay.
Ooh, Glenn's doing grenade box strat too, so speeding up some of the fight.
Have any of you noticed when Glenn opens his menu, is he using any keyboard shortcuts, or is he strict controller?
I'm seeing keyboard shortcuts, but I don't know if they are actually utilizing them.
Glenn, don't scare me like that.
One more.
There it is.
Yeah, he did it.
You had mentioned about the possibility of being able to use keyboard and controller at the same time, and it just gave me a weird thought. Are any of you familiar with the Xbox game Psyops?
No.
No, I can't say so.
I think I didn't play it that much. It was my buddy's game, but it was like a third-person shooter with like psychic abilities involved in it. But there was a weird co-op mode where one person controlled the movement of the character and the camera, and a second person basically controlled the psychic powers and weapons. It was the weirdest co-op mode I think I've ever tried, and just this idea of having one person with all the hotkeys and somebody else being able to just control Jesse, I'm like, that sounds like the most awkward way to play this game. Speedrun it.
You know, I just want to say that reminds me of another great game that not many people appreciate. You see, it's called Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom or something. It was on the Atari, and one person controlled what was supposed to be, and the other one on the second controller controlled the inventory, which was simply going left and right. So that's what you just reminded me of. A few notes, though, from what we were seeing on screen. DevilDude managed to get level 6 on the mic right before the boss, so that helped for a nice quick kill. Glenn hasn't reset yet, so good for them. And GreenZSaber is taking the, what did you call it, Sergeant? The I don't care walk?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just run through them and tank what they give you because you have body armor.
That said, nope, definitely cares. Toto, from watching these, are there any strategies that you see other people doing that you would like to utilize for yourself?
Well, I'm quite interested in Glenn run right now because he's definitely smashing it. So for now, from so far, I'm thinking about it. Actually,
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, if
I
something
think
does...
we saw a lot of different things, so I can't say which one is the best one, but actually doing all the skip in chapter 5, for instance, which was done by Glenn just now, was really interesting, and I'm not doing this right now, so I'm maybe think about it.
That's pretty
Yep.
awesome. You, Sergeant, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think Glenn is realizing that this block, it's already been 2.5 hours for this block, and he's committing to this run one way or the other. And we got Saber over here finishing on good pace. I do think we'll be seeing a PB from him from this run. I'm incredibly excited to see what kind of time we will be getting from him, given how much the Chapter 9 snafu cost him last time. This could be a very impressive time from him.
Oh, he nearly killed in one round.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I just, the one thing I want to say is the only snafu he's had on this run is the helicopter miss. That's it. Everything else has been clean for Green.
It was 8 minutes just.
All right, and he's convinced Colonel Harris. I gotta say, Jesse, you have a great way of convincing.
Learned it in debate club.
Oh my!
great.
Oh.
Nice time.
53-50. Congratulations. Almost 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
GG, mate.
53.
You know, that's awesome. I want to point out, Saber had no PB going into this because they've been playing on Vita. So that's a set of conversation. That's a set of questions I'd love to ask. Saber is. So how does it feel compared to Vita? Oh! Glenn blew up at the last moment.
Oh no.
No.
Exiting out.
Oh, unfortunate. We also got a Devil very close to finishing his run here. Let's get him up here. Let's see him finish, see if he gets his PB or not.
And if so, is it by 10 minutes?
I'm hoping. I want to see this 10 minutes trend keep going.
So while we're swapping, you were talking about we join our Jesse running from Scandinavian guards. So, well, are you curious about how much the damage was adjusted on those sub missiles?
Oh, you mean the ones you fire, they do more damage, or do you?
The ones that
do we-
are shooting from the nuclear sub to you, how their damage was reduced.
Oh yes, absolutely. What how was the
So
change?
in hard difficulty, they're the same, but on medium difficulty, they do 33 damage. And for perspective, you start the game with 24. And on easy difficulty, they do 21 damage at their central point. So, while it is possible to survive a direct missile hit on medium difficulty, you have to be heavily... we basically balanced it where you have to find almost every stamina in the game up to that point, or you have to have Die Hard as a trait.
Ah, I see.
So this is the reason that number was selected for that, is so that you feel like your choices matter.
Yeah, I'd like to take a quick moment, by the way, to thank Mr. Gambon for the $5 donation. Thank you very much for the support. And on that note, if you do !donate in chat, we are running. This is a charity, or in collaboration with the charity Fundacio Casume. All proceeds donated through that link go directly to that charity. Please consider supporting the cause. It is for the people of Casamance, as it says there. And thank you everyone for being here and considering it. And thanks again for the $5 donation. So we are... Devil is making his way through the labyrinth. Will he be getting through this in one try, or will he be making a wrong turn? I'm hoping one try. Labyrinth's been really messing with some people today here.
What I love is how earlier you're like, they're obviously following a path if they run into trees. At this point, you can tell by the stutter stepping if they're watching a map or if they've memorized it or not.
Oh, Devil tried to take a potty save because he doesn't know where he is. I don't know if using the map is gonna be super helpful when it's not tracking you. Well, he figured it out. Yeah, definitely.
North, west.
He's taking the potty.
Hey, you know what? That's a reasonable approach to save time.
He's making sure, and then I think he's gonna full commit. Okay, he's doing the stutters there, but it looks like he's pretty committed to this path here. Have you seen anyone get to the, what'd you call it, turkey door?
Turkey wall, yeah.
The turkey wall, and then turn the wrong way?
Multiple times.
Oh, God.
And in one case, I saw them go to it 3 times and then tell me to fix the game.
Oh, no.
And started getting mad because the game is broke and the map is broke and this and that. And that was one of the experiences that led to the suggestion on Friend to add the milestone, the markers on the ground. And the person, actually, I was talking to him on Discord later because they were one of the streamers that actually contributed voice packs to the creator pack. And they said, so I found out that 2 of the intersections that were actually intersections, I didn't know they were intersections. I played it again and saw the milestones. And they're like, yeah, that was totally my fault. So it's funny how sometimes the best thing you can do to help out with a situation is simply adding something graphical instead of changing a number.
Oh, I agree. Seeing those little, like, directional plates there, it helps a lot. It's so easy to just completely zone out on the fact that you just crossed an intersection. Some of them, I don't know what it is mentally, but some of them just don't register as intersections when, no, they are. They definitely are.
After watching many people go through it, let's look at the screen that DevilDude is on right now. you can see two intersections because they are obvious and clear. But with the labyrinth, the ones that got people confused were the ones with the arches, where you go underneath the circular arch, where people don't register that as a north exit to an intersection. So it looks like they're just going in on a hallway. So that's where the confusion was specifically the way that the northern exits or entrances had the arch that you walked underneath. They didn't register this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it was a graphical issue then.
Yeah, it's more of a, yes, it was a graphical issue, but turning around and suggesting to you to fix something that made the area look beautiful didn't feel like the right solution.
Okay, in this
So-
screen, so excuse me, in this room, maybe it's better to grab a grenade and then break all the boxes with this grenade.
When
Mhm.
done?
In the ammunition room. So instead of just punching box by box, so maybe it's best to punch one of the grenade box, get the grenade, launch it, and break all the boxes in a shot, like at the
I-
beginning of level 6.
I didn't see what ended Glenn's run.
GG. Oh no. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think he actually got into troubles against the submarine.
Oh no.
Nuclear sub?
Strikes
Yeah,
again.
nuclear submarine.
Unfortunate. That boss can really get you though. So we got Devil here coming up on the final boss. We've seen a lot of improvement from Devil. This is maybe his best fight yet. I'm very excited to see this come through, and we're gonna see if he gets the sub 110 here.
Ooh, good position.
Okay, I think we're gonna see 4 cycles of doing damage, but maybe. Oh no, he took a first aid kit. Devil had a kit. That's unfortunate.
Ooh. Then there's the rusty wire.
I think that's our first time seeing that today, but it's a couple extra cycles, but it's not too bad unless Devil gets a lot of bullets into him. So I noticed the EMP grenade during this fight, which, oh, he's running low on those, is kind of generous on whether or not it actually hits his stealth. Did you extend it, the hitbox on it for this fight, or is it just actually that generous it just doesn't look like it?
No, just for this fight, I just trampled a little bit with the areas.
GG Devil. I also want to know, can you hit him before he shoots at you, or does he have
Alright.
to have shot? Hey, GG
Hey.
Devil. 2.5 minutes. GG Devil.
So, excuse me, what's the meaning of GG?
Good game.
Um,
Congratulations, basically.
GG actually started as a tradition back in the original StarCraft, if I remember correctly, where people would say GG at the end of a game as a good game, as a congratulations, or, you know, like a handshake, if you will. And it just kind of stuck around over the decades.
Okay, good to know. So far, yeah, but Buzon is keeping the world record.
Yeah, so far, so far. But I
But
mean,
the question is,
yeah,
will
there's-
Glenn suddenly just decide to play for the rest of their life tonight and wake up tomorrow and been like, I just had to do it offline, and come in with like a 42-minute?
tomorrow there's gonna be a record from Glenn. It's coming.
Yeah.
Seriously, a major GG to DevilDude. And the question is, what are we going to keep an eye on next? Toto, Well, I know you've been given some thoughts and such. Do you have any specific strategies that you appreciate on level 8 looking over at Nick's run?
Well, the thing with the cycle reset we mentioned earlier is quite interesting. Unfortunately, he did the wrong one here. He had the wrong one. But I think the best strategy is to check when you're playing a lot, when you're practicing, to check all the camera cycles, and you can definitely optimizing some of them, like this one, for instance. And here is going to hide a bit, and oh, he has a level up, which is not that usual on this point. But yeah, he's going to go through the building where he's going to get the EMPs, and here with the save he can reset the cycles, so it may save some times for running this chapter.
What I'm looking forward to in this chapter in particular is people manipulating cycles and such with potties, possibly, is one of the thoughts that I was thinking about.
Yeah, actually, sorry, go on.
No. Just I was just going to make a comment on what did you think about that. So.
Yeah, I think Putty quite surprised me because I personally don't use it on my runs, but I watched some of them, and actually see many people using Putty. For instance, for the Red Room in Chapter 9. So yeah, it's a really good thought that it can maybe optimize some time and save some, yeah.
One of the more interesting ideas, though, is the fact that not only will it allow you to create a quick save, but it also acts as a save state of sorts. So you can use it in certain ways to lock in a timing, so that if you can foresee, and this is what I've been practicing with on this, is utilizing the potty at a point where if I know that I do something subpar, it's actually quicker for me to quick save the potty at the right spot and redo it than have to be stuck behind a rotation in the next room.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That's actually my experience that I've had with it in there, and I've seen no one else use potties really there. So
yeah, actually, it's something that comes with time, I think. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. So Nick going for Bloodbath, which means a red room skip is intended.
Intended? That's a dangerous word.
Well, I mean,
you meant it's intended for he is intending to do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. we've been watching DevilDude go and get rad sued, so I just wanted to let's talk about that, you know?
What happened?
Yeah, we haven't seen that in a while. I'm curious what kind of RNG Nick's gonna get here. Hopefully his spiders work out well for him. We've been seeing some bad spiders today. Yeah, I'm curious. How much time save does picking summarize versus tell me everything when you're just going to skip through it? How much time save is there actually there?
I don't know. Fran, do you have an answer for that?
For what? Excuse me.
If you choose summarize versus tell me everything, but you just skip through the cutscenes anyway.
Yeah, you're cutting. So it should be the same. In theory.
Oh, unfortunate. Just barely cut him off.
Oh my god, one more second.
Okay, so the time loss from that, if you're just going to skip it anyway, would just be menuing over to tell me everything.
That's as I understand it, yes.
Back, okay.
Okay, we're through. Second try. Not bad, not bad, considering what that room can do. Let's see. Devil has 2 EMPs, but that is enough. That is enough. And we got Saber looking like he's starting another run. I wonder if Saber plans on continuing to the next block or not.
Well, even so, it's always nice to have someone else running starting a new run.
Of course, and to be fair, just because he's not continuing to the next block doesn't mean he doesn't have to run. It's not like this event ending means the UnMetal runs end. The UnMetal runs never end.
Yeah, we still have an entire other block after this as well.
Yes,
so.
we do. And that'll be coming up shortly, but right now we are focusing on Nick. I'm excited to see this because he will be finishing unless he resets, he'll be finishing another run. There might be another PB coming up here.
I do like shooting the bands being the quick way to get those clips.
Yeah, I just discovered it right now.
Oh, he's shooting at it. Great.
Yeah, that seems to be a pretty common theme. If there's a secret or an object we have to break, shoot it. And it tends... what does the gun do? Like 3 times as much damage as the fist?
Yeah, that's correct.
So yeah, you definitely want to shoot when you can. If you have the ammo, not worth it if you don't have a hotkey for the gun. But if you have a hotkey for the gun, 1 click, boom, done, broke.
Yeah. How can you play with a controller? I mean, with the keyboard, it's, well, in my opinion, is more precise. For the keys, you shoot faster than with the thumb. So with the whole hand with the thumb, and you have lots of shortcuts. You have all the keyboard at your disposal. Why do you play with controllers?
I guess it depends. Like, if you grow up with like console, you have a certain familiarity with it. A lot of the time, you're obviously going to lose some precision, but I think that eventually this game will turn into the state where you have one hand on the controller, one hand on the keyboard, and like we'll get into that real metagaming, the hotkeys. You're gonna see people swipping on. Wow, English is hard. You're gonna see people flip-flopping real quick on the hotkeys with the keyboard while moving with the controller. It's gonna be interesting one day. But right now, everyone seems to prefer controller, and I think that's just because a lot of us Metal Gear speedrunners, we use controller for that game, and it's what we're comfortable for. I think the only game that has not horrible keyboard support is Survive, and that game has maybe 2 runners. Nick is having some trouble here with the Japanese mercenaries.
Again, yeah. He can shoot from outside. He could shoot from outside the...
So, and this is one of the things that I feel is important in this game is the concept, because of the RNG of the routes and such, is the idea of identifying good backup strats. Sometimes waiting 1 second could save 10 seconds of respawn. So it's one of those, sure, RNG has to play a lot, but ooh, this does not bode well.
Yeah, that makes the running thing even better.
Why do you say that, Toto?
It's a personal point of view, but I think it's really enjoyable to make it some ways different each time you play it. As you mentioned, you can get into different cycles, and so the way that you can go through it and using backup strats is really interesting for me to learn about speedrunning and adapt to it. Being able to adapt to every situation is really cool.
one of the mechanics that we haven't even mentioned today that you may have noticed throughout is there are red triangles along the edge of the screen as you walk near it. And
Yeah.
while it's just a basic identifier of where the people are on the next screen and how alerted they are and how close they are based on the size and direction, it also strongly helps you identify where they are in the cycles. So you have about a 1 second to 1.5 second time period as you approach it to think about, what do I do with this formation? What do I do with them being in these positions? This plays a lot more importantly when you're doing a different percent than any percent, because you have to think on the fly, how do I approach them stealthily and not get alerted?
Yeah, I really agree with you because yeah, you really hit a major point here, even on any percent run, because we usually use those triangles to make it yeah, the fastest way to get through the XP thing, and so it's really important to rely on.
Yeah, I agree. There are scenes where the red triangles definitely have been adjusted, but in general, it's a really creative feature that I've not seen before. It's a real interesting way to, I guess, modernize a 2D game to better display information, and you can play off of knowing where those arrows are, especially as you said in like perfect or unperfect. Like chapters like 5, knowing where those arrows are. Without arrows, chapter 5 would be whew, that would be something without those arrows. Oh no, did
Okay,
Nick ran out of
he made
ammo?
it. Yeah, he did.
Has 5 shots.
Oh,
Which ghost is he going to choose to fight? Oh no,
he still has 2 to kill.
he
So,
does. He can't get the box on the left, but he can get the box on the right. As long as this ghost doesn't charge him, he's fine.
okay, he's
Oh my god, Nick. What a
That
stressful situation.
that was nerves of steel, friends.
Gave him sub 10 on 9.
That's nice.
Ooh.
yeah,
Ooh, all right.
he's doing
So-
good right now.
So, what could be a terrible situation is going to be mitigated directly by the armory room. However, this means he's got only the strategy of give no cares and run to the door, unless he wants to take the slow and steady punch route. But
I think I don't know. I typically don't have too much trouble taking the I don't care route, but if I wouldn't blame Nick if he wants to play it a little safe at this point. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what option he chooses to take here. He's coming up near the end of this run. We're gonna see if he is on pace for another PB, and I think he's on pace. We had one mistake in the red room. Just that wasn't even his fault. Last second death, super unfortunate.
there was the stress in the floor with the Japanese mercenaries on
Actually,
third
he
floor.
he was
But-
under 50 at the end of
Um,
chapter 9.
That's true. That said, one of the things that we didn't mention about it, but I did notice, is he got level 6 before Black Thunder, and he destroyed that helicopter fast.
Yeah, level 6 Black Thunder is... Ooh, that's a sweet fight. Alright, he's not going for the grab a grenade and break all the boxes strat Fran suggested.
However,
probably
that
had it.
shelf got destroyed. Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're fine. That shelf, I don't know what it did to Nick, but I sympathize. It obviously deserved it. R.I.P. shelf. Okay, he's opting to go no med kits for safety. He is full committing to this. All right, let's
So-
do this, Nick.
here is the question. Chat, you can join in with your guesses. How many cycles for General X? 2 cycles? Or 2 or less, or 3 or more? That is the question. Type 2 for 2 or less, 3 for 3 or more.
2 or less. I'm excited. Nick, do the first ever General X1 cycle here and now, Nick. Come on.
I'll take the under.
You'll take the under? I'm hoping for 2 under.
I'm going for 2 cycles.
Technically, that was under 2 there.
Oh, we were right.
You know what? Don't worry about it. General X is 2 cycling Nick. That's what's happening.
Well, I guess we predicted right, but not in the correct way.
I'm wondering why he isn't using the MP, the electromagnetic grenade with the tank.
Yeah, he
didn't use it. He has a lot.
Does he have EMP on a hotkey? If he has it on a hotkey, he should definitely.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
right there.
That time he swapped it in. I think he went for it, because it is definitely possible to do it without it.
Now he's doing it.
Yeah, it's risky to do it without that.
Oh,
Aimed the wrong way.
The nerves. So here's the possible 2 cycle.
Oh.
All right, we're at 3 plus.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh, General X is really far away. I don't think that's gonna hit. Oh wow, that hit. I would have expected him that mood. All right, 3 cycles. Well, GG Nick. Let's see what his final time here is. Did he PB?
Oh, get it!
Yeah.
Let's go. 54.
That is with those type of mistakes. That was a clean PB as well.
Congratulations, Nick. 54-23.
I just noticed that is a 7:30 stage 3 when Nick has averaged 8 minutes plus. That was a clean fight overall.
He's clean in sub 10-9.
Sub 10 everything.
Yeah, sub 10 everything. Dang.
Man, I remember when everyone's PBs were like 1 hour plus earlier today. And DevilDude was like 130 to 140. This has been a great day for everybody.
Absolutely. Today has been amazing for, I think everyone who's participated has done a PB here. Gotten a PB. Alright, let's get Saber up in here.
Nick, that was a fantastic run. Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats on that. And we're getting Saber up here. He is in chapter 3 right now. Let's see him finish this chapter up.
All right. So, little interesting point about this chapter for some people who don't know already. Let us talk about Maintenance Mike, the true protagonist that we deserve.
The enemy who is also an ally. Yes, let's talk about him.
I love how you're like enemy who's out. You're just going to keep trying to say what you can to hint that we should be able to sprint in the same room as him.
You know it.
So, I don't know. I was just, Toto, what are your feelings about Maintenance Mike?
Honestly, I want a full game with Maintenance Mike. No, he's a good one. He's, yeah. I think he's doing... I think he's the best Mac, yeah.
I agree.
That said, yeah, the way he's introduced is very funny, and yeah, just make a full game of it, please.
Well, you know what, Fran? Just an idea for UnMetal 2. If we do have an UnMetal 2, make line 3 or 4 maintenance mic, so we just have Mike talking to you over the radio. I think that would be amazing.
Oh yeah. It should be great for line 3, right?
Something like
For
that,
channel
yeah.
3, for channel 3. Yeah, that should be great. How we didn't think about this before?
Well, I don't think we could have ever predicted that people would love maintenance mic as much as they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Maintenance Mike, he is a character, and I think we all love him. Oh, Saber just went ears. That's
Wow.
unexpected.
And not only that, not doing the optimal strat either. Fascinating.
He is going for mine skip. He is doing it with the guards chasing him. Also, the guards, you know, just don't trigger mines. Well, he got the save, so if he wants to reload or if he dies, he's safe now.
So, all right. Patch notes that never will get implemented. Ready? Listen to me on this one. Implemented guards triggering mines. Implemented physics engine and ragdoll engine for bodies. It's all good. I'm just having fun.
You know what? That's what we're here for, to have fun. I was wondering if we would see Turret Swarm. I'm excited to know that Saber he's committing to this. I wonder if this will be the 50 run or not.
A third
We will see.
corpse.
But as we're preparing for this, can you tell me a little bit about something, Sergeant?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
So today, not only are we enjoying some of our game being run, but we're also supporting an awesome charity.
Yes, we
Wh-
are. So if you do !donate, it will bring up the command that Moobot just posted. MGSR is running this marathon in association with the charity Fundacio Kasumai. We are raising money to help support the people of Casamance, Senegal, through Tiltify with their help, and we appreciate anything and everything you can give. And we appreciate you being here. Please consider if you can, but if not, that's fine. We're just happy you're here. Fran, would you like to say anything specific about this donation, or about the charity
Sure.
itself?
Yeah, sure. This charity, Fundacio Kasumai, is the way it's pronounced, Fundacio Kasumai, is the one that helped me with the Fred project. That's the project that gave life to Jesse Fox, by the way. And they helped me a lot. They let me go with them to Africa. And for me, it means a lot. So if you can make a small donation, it should be very, very appreciated. And I've been there in the field, seeing how they work, what they do. So I know it's for a good cause, and it's a well spent money. I can give faith because I've been there watching what they do. So
I just
Thank you, Fran. So, as you guys know, this event is being split into 4 blocks, and it is that time again. We're going to take a brief intermission. Do not go anywhere. We will be back in hopefully about 5 to 15 minutes, and we will see you all there.